Views display information in your board in different ways. See the progress of projects, schedule the published dates of campaigns, and get budget breakdowns. Whoa. If you want to see the bigger picture, use dashboards. Get key insights and metrics from all your marketing projects in one place. You can broadcast dashboards around the office and share them with clients. Monday.com integrates with your favorite tools and combines everything your team.
Tatum, who's been averaging 10 rebounds a game throughout the playoffs, grabs that one. Lines up the three.
Both teams are so much better when the ball gets into the paint on the dribble and then they spray it out to the three, like on that particular possession, versus just come down and quick shoot the three.
Crowder is now 6 for his last 35 from three-point range. And he was shooting beautifully early on. Boy, lots of threes and lots of misses.
But they're not attacking on a lot of these.
And they're not good threes. But Coach indicated it last possession.
And Dragic draws the foul here. Kemba Walker, no, he didn't like the call. And Dragic is going to go to the free throw line.
And that's his second.
Second foul. Dragic very good at drawing fouls. His ability to stop on a dime. Head fakes. So Walker with the two fouls. First free throw is good. And here's the play.
Clearly a foul. And what you got to have, the coaches, you can see that better effort fighting around that screen of Bam.
And Brad Stevens deciding to let him play with his 2 fouls early.
And Smart was out of bounds. You guys both have talked about when you coach, it all depends on your trust on the player in terms of leaving a guy in early, correct?
It's trust, but it's also what are your other options? You know, what other options do you have? Brad Wanamaker is a good, solid backup, but certainly Brad Stevens. I like it. Jimmy Butler, 2 baskets, 2 attacks, getting to the rim. Boston, 6 of their 9 shots have been threes.
Well, they started 1 for 12 from the field in game 5. They're 1 for 9 to start here.
Want to increase sales? Try Bitrix 24, a leading free online CRM used by over 5 million companies. Bitrix 24 can help you manage existing clients, generate new leads, run marketing campaigns, issue invoices, and accept payments online. Wow your customers with amazing real-time support via email.
Brown coming off a terrific game 5, 28 points. Butler with Tatum in his face, and Jimmy Butler very aggressive early. He already has 6 points.
A different player and puts them in position to be a different team when he's attacking.
Marcus Smart.
And you see what they did against the zone again. Set the high screen, brought that second forward to him. Nice pass by Walker to Smart for the 3.
Dangerous pass. Adebayo looking to get it back to Dragic. Dragic finds the big man for a slam. Good patience from Dragic. And Miami back up 2. Bam Adebayo already with 6 points.
They went 2 for 2 against the zone. Miami's back to man-to-man.
Smart again from downtown. Back-to-back threes from Marcus Smart. And the Celtics have their first lead. Eric Spoelstra will call timeout.
Marcus Smart saw the net earlier. Takes another opportunity to step in rhythm. Got it going. Celtics up 1.
NBA Eastern Conference Finals is presented by AT&T 5G and in part by Michelob Ultra. Get your Michelob Ultra courtside tickets by tweeting #UltraCourtside.
about AT&T's big 5G news.
AT&T has nationwide 5G?
Yep.
And that's faster?
Faster, yeah.
But is it reliable?
Uh-huh, and secure.
You should consider making a big deal about it.
Bigger?
I said bigger.
Oh, bigger deal, bigger than what I'm doing.
It's not complicated. A 5G network needs a 5G device. Now everyone, including existing customers, can get a free Samsung Galaxy Note 20 after trade-in.
Apartments.com is getting into a new home easier than ever.
How hot do you think it is? 1 million. So hot the bugs can't even sleep. If only we had AC. I'm so happy.
Apartments.com, the most popular place to find a place.
Arby's 2 for $6 everyday value. 2 of these for $6 every day. Like Monday, Saturday, Tuesday, all other days. Arby's, we have the meats.
So how is it? Great.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, then I look at
Good morning.
and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
This is the feeling of total protection. Now that we protect your identity, mobile phone, auto, home, and life, you've never been in better hands. Allstate. Click or call for a quote today.
Don't be conventional.
Anthony Davis.
Be exceptional. Upgrade to Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil.
You own a lot of basketballs.
Yeah, I got a few.
Get 250,000 miles of protection. Upgrade to Mobil 1.
Today's the day to get to your Toyota dealer. But hurry, they're going fast. Toyota, let's go places.
The census is an essential component of our democracy. Get counted today at my2020census.gov before the deadline on September 30th. Midway through the first quarter here in Game 6, Andre Iguodala has come into the game. Tyler Hero as well. And it's Cantor and Gordon Hayward come in for Boston. And Crowder knocks down a three. Boy, that must feel so good for him.
I've been there before. I like the fact that he's continuing to shoot the basketball.
And when Iguodala comes in, so does Cantor. As Smart lets go another three.
They say the ball last touched by Crowder.
He's struggling from the three-point line. Good execution out of the timeout and steps in rhythm with confidence.
And again, it comes off another Jimmy Butler attack into the paint.
Walker guarded by Tyler Hero. Hayward playing in his 4th game since returning from the ankle injury. Smart tries another. Marcus Smart has taken 5 shots already, all from 3. He's hit 2 of them.
And it's interesting, in the 2 wins they've had, he shot the ball 9 and 10 times total.
Tyler Hero backs up, knocks it down. Cantor gave him a little room. Hero had the 37 points in Game 4, had 14 in Game 5. Gets his first bucket here tonight. Walker drives on Iguodala. Good ball movement again. Hayward plenty of time. Cantor the offensive rebound and is fouled. And that's what he does best and has been doing throughout his NBA career. He is a great offensive rebounder.
On the previous possession, he got an out-of-bounds call on a second shot here. He just wedges his way, moves. He's got great hands. And if they're going to switch those pick and rolls, he's going to have to punish the switch. He is the only Celtic that in every game he's played, he's had a positive plus-minus.
And if the Miami Heat going to play small with him in the lineup, that's how he's got an impact. And then on the other end, you just want him to compete defensively and don't have missed assignments, but he's got to crash the offensive boards and give his team extra possessions.
And I would post him. The other Celtics, you don't have to call a play for a post guy, but you've got to search him out against Iguodala.
Well, Kanter in the first 5 games has only played 27 total minutes, but he has 21 points and 14 rebounds in those 27 minutes. Heat by 3. Crowder, Jimmy Butler against Kemba Walker. Butler falls away. Time. Gordon Hayward off the dribble, dribbles into a double team and draws the foul. Iguodala and Robinson converging. For the Heat, that's their 3rd team foul. And the first on Iguodala. Brad Wanamaker comes in. Here's the upcoming playoff schedule. Wednesday on ABC, there'll be a game. Could be a game 7 in this series. Tip-off would be shortly after 8:30. But if Miami wins tonight, they'll face the Lakers in game 1 of the NBA Finals. Tip-off shortly after 9. So there'll be a big-time playoff game on Wednesday night. Time to be determined. Jaylen Brown gets to the rim and finishes.
And congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers. What an accomplishment. 4-1, 3 straight series. They played exceptionally well.
Got a lot to be proud of and tremendous stories all throughout that franchise.
Duncan Robinson from downtown. The Heat back up by 4. Team starting to heat up after that ugly start. Smart calling for the ball. Wanted to get it to Kanter, but Crowder saw it coming, deflects it out of bounds. 7 left on the 24. Nope, they say going the other way.
Well, again, Robinson's willing to move. Probably a little too much help off of Robinson by Jaylen Brown. Nice find by Hero. And good stick by Robinson.
So Crowder, the heads-up defensive play to help force that turnover. Butler back to Iguodala. Andre Iguodala for 3. And a timeout call by Brad Stevens. It was a rough start from downtown, but all of a sudden, Miami finding the range.
And I watched Andre Iguodala take this same shot for 10 minutes warming up. He understands how he's going to impact the basketball game. Another dynamic feed from Jimmy Butler. He steps in rhythm, knocks down the long ball.
Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now. Baby.
The fighting spirit is one we all share. It's the steady beat in the story of Anderson .Paak, the story of his immigrant mother, raising 4 children on her own. His own story of a man who came from nothing, who found purpose and success in the booth of a recording studio. Anderson .Paak found his fighting spirit and uses it to inspire others through his music. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Yo, Dad, come play some ball. You're not my dad.
I'm not your dad. Of course I'm your dad's son. If I wasn't your dad, would I be able to do this?
What are you doing?
I'm doing this. Make a swish. Uh-oh. Jake from State Farm.
Here's the deal. There's no replacing the real Chris Paul.
Not my car.
Just like there's no replacing State Farm.
Come on, man. Stop trying to be me.
If you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing what? Using my Old Spice moisturized with shea butter body wash?
All I wanted was to use your body wash.
And all I wanted was to have a body wash.
Domino's knows delivery, so when we asked our team members how to make carry-out more convenient, they had thoughts.
Frisbee.
That's a thought.
Deliver it.
Even better. Introducing Domino's Carside Delivery. Just pull up, check in online, and we bring your food to you. It's carry-out delivered.
At BMW, we didn't make just one SAV. We made the ultimate range of SAVs. With unmatched power, luxury, and performance, the BMW X-Range is prepared for any road you travel. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there. Hurry in to lease a 2020 X3 X-Drive 30i for $479 a month.
Want more playoff stats? Just ask Siri. Who leads the playoffs in rebounds?
Well, here in the bubble, Nikola Jokic in total rebounds. Led the NBA playoff performers, averaged just under 10 per game, but they played so many games. He led in total rebounds. What a performance from the Nuggets. Obviously a disappointing way for it to end for them, but they had just a great bubble. Hayward knocks down the jumper.
Mike, you talked about Gordon Hayward coming off the ankle injury. I'm watching him. You can tell he's nowhere near 100% right now. He's still, I would go so far as to say if this wasn't the playoffs, he wouldn't be playing right now. This is a guy at his best. He's a 50, 40, 90 guy and certainly much needed on both sides of the floor for the Celtics team.
Hero knocks that one down. Hayward's been playing 30 minutes a game in each of the last 3 games. As Kanter flips it up, can't get it to fall. Adebayo with a rebound. The numbers with him on the floor, though, have been very positive for the Celtics. When he's on the floor, when he's on the bench, very pro Gordon Hayward, as is usually the case. Iguodala left open. Nice looking three. For Iguodala, he was 2 for 10 so far in the series from 3. Until tonight, he's 2 for 2.
And he was probably 2 for 20 when I saw him warming up before the game. But he's a gamer.
And this is the largest lead here in the early going. Jaylen Brown answers, and Brown with 10 points here in the first 10 minutes.
I'm trying to do this in my head. So Adebayo doesn't get a break for his injury, but Gordon Hayward does?
No. I didn't. I'm saying.
I got you backpedaling.
No, I'm treating them both as if they're on the floor. Obviously, neither guy is 100%, but I'm not going to give them an out if they're on the floor. That's just an old school mentality.
Dragic hits the 3. And the Heat, after missing their first 4 threes, have hit 5 in a row. Back to a 9-point lead.
I was wondering what you was over there thinking about.
Hayward inside, comes up short. Adebayo tips it to Tyler Hero. As we approach a minute remaining here in the first. Hero, a little burst of speed, layup, missed it.
Well, Boston's got to get their defense together right now. Offensively, they're getting good shots.
Kanter guarded by Duncan Robinson. Shoots a jumper. You don't see many of those from Kanter. Hero outlets quickly.
That was Tatum, Mike. And he's, again, he eases his way into these games. You know, the 2 games ago, he had the struggle in the first half. Then he had a struggle in the first half the last game. Now he's 0 for 5 again. He's got to, he's not as assertive or forceful in his movements.
Even that shot, that's letting Duncan Robinson off the hook. You're doing him a favor taking that shot, especially that's a shot you take when you've established a rhythm. I'd rather than back help, and if help doesn't come, get a high percentage look.
Well, each of the last 2 games, he's had a slow start and then has been just terrific, especially in the 3rd quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds. Excellent defense from Wanamaker, and the Celtics force a turnover.
Back in the zone again.
They did not play as much zone in Game 5 as they did in Game 4. Hayward, that's good. Gordon Hayward. Now it's 6 points off the bench.
And Coach, you talk about it. That's the type of play Marcus Smart needs to make. Just simple basketball.
Well, he's much more effective for them when he's thinking drive, draw another defender, and get their primary scorers quality shots.
Tyler Hero. Rebound Tice. And that will end the first quarter. A slow start for both teams. Struggled shooting, but the shooting heated up. After one here in Game 6, Miami a 6-point lead.
These days, it's recommended that you keep your social circle small. Of course, as the original light beer, we've always recommended that. It's Miller time.
Lexus asks questions like these because we believe the most amazing machines are inspired by you. Experience the rewards of our curiosity.
This is DraftKings, the land of million-dollar opportunity. A place you've only seen in your dreams. Now let's bring it to life. We've been making millionaires all year, and there's more where that came from. Get in on the action and join over 140 players who have already cashed in $1 million. Don't sleep on your shot for 7 figures. Download the app, try it for free, and make it rain.
Here's tonight's AT&T above the rim, Mark.
And Jimmy Butler's got it going early for himself, and just as important, being a playmaker for his teammates. Time and time again, put his stamp on this first quarter with his aggressiveness on the offensive end, whether it be isolation, pick and rolls, or just finding his teammates.
I browsed 8 sites for divorce attorneys today.
I browsed 8 sites for divorce attorneys today.
I love working with you.
Me too.
Red heart emoji.
Blue heart emoji.
I hate Lee, though.
Puke emoji.
Puke emoji.
My heart rate is currently 150, 151, and back down to 150.
On March 15th, I purchased prenatal vitamins and 4 pregnancy tests.
The number on my credit card is 0237 1221
So Reggie Miller moved into the Wendy's I work at. It's awesome.
Reggie's nice.
I would leave, but I can tell how much they love having me here. Did you know I scored 8 points in only 9 seconds?
Yes, Reggie. You tell me all the time.
I'm starting to think we made the breakfast too good.
Breakfast in bed. I love it here. I may never leave.
Hustle in and make this Wendy's breakfast offer your new pregame ritual.
Boom, baby.
Welcome back to the Eastern Conference Finals presented by AT&T 5G. I'm here with Celtics coach Brad Stevens. Brad, the Heat were shooting around 55% in that quarter. What can you guys do defensively to bring that number down?
Well, we can get up on a few of the shooters better, but then some other guys hit shots, and we're going to have to do a better job contesting. But they made a ton, and we hung in there, so that's a good thing.
It is. Jason Tatum not hitting again, 0 for 5. He's had these slower starts in the first half. What can you do to get him going?
I think he might be all right on his own.
All right, thanks you so much, Brad. Back to you, Mike.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Tatum 0 for 5 from the field in that first quarter. Look at the last 3 games. Has not had a field goal in the first quarter. Of course, he had that in Game 4. Didn't score at all in the first half, and had 28 in the second half. Had 21 points in the second half the other night.
15 of the 23 Celtics shots have been threes tonight.
Tatum the rebound off the drive. This little crossover. Kicks it out. Brad Wanamaker can't connect. Tice the offensive board. March 3 for 6.
Good job by Tice. Offensive, and that's the thing that you're susceptible to. Wide open threes off of it.
He played such a good second half the other night. Tremendous energy.
Jimmy Butler, nice drive off the glass.
I love the way Butler's attacking to start this game.
Tatum, nice feed inside. And Tice throws it down. First bucket for Tice. And Tatum already, again, he's scoreless. He did this the other night as well. He's got 5 assists.
Yeah, but the other night he wasn't good. Those last 2 plays are the plays he's got to make. Not about scoring, but playmaking.
Adebayo, foul line jumper.
Well, he's really improved as a shooter, which makes him the total package to me.
Tatum, bad pass, nearly deflected by Jimmy Butler. Tatum gets it back. Marcus Smart's going to try again. Puts it in. Marcus Smart, 4 3-pointers already. And the Celtics back within 2. He has the ability to get hot from downtown. He's much improved in his 3-point shooting. Jimmy Butler, sweet fake, count it, and the foul. Another good aggressive move for Butler.
That's a heck of a move. Coach, what you talk about when you're being defended, face the defender and then take advantage that way.
Yeah, you don't have to back in. Look, the little face up, he freezes Wanamaker with that head and shoulder fake and then absorbs the contact and finishes. But to me, it's a, Mark, you've talked about this often, it's a mindset to be assertive right from the tip. And that doesn't mean you have to shoot a lot. But you have to be, if you're Butler, you're not a great range shooter, but you are a very good driver, attacker, and playmaker, and he's done all of that to start.
He's 5 of 7 from the field. Heat back up by 5. Tatum, aggressive, but misses. He thought he got hit. Rebound, Solomon Hill for 3rd straight game. Hill getting some minutes off the bench. Dragic drives. Shot clock at 6. Dragic, little fake. Can't get it to fall. Ito still shooting 56% from the field. Feed inside to Tatum. Tatum missed the layup. Gets his own rebound. Had it knocked away. And then a foul's going to be called. I believe on Bam Adebayo. 2 seconds.
See Tatum catches the basketball, a good pass by Smart, not able to finish. The loose ball, Bam takes his legs out. That's the right call.
Tatum still searching, 0 for 7 now.
It's going to be interesting to me, Coach, whether Jimmy Butler stays aggressive offensively as this game continues to get further and further towards the end.
Smart, not that time.
And he's going to have to for Miami.
Tyler Hero wide open. Can't connect. And a loose ball foul is going to go against Boston. As we send it down to Rachel.
Well, guys, you won't be surprised to find out some of the Heat players told me that it was indeed Jimmy Butler who has been the calm voice in everyone's ear the last 2 days, reminding them we're still ahead in this series. Now, it is interesting. He did take a very different approach tonight to his own game. He's usually out here early shooting. Today, wasn't out at all pregame. I asked him why. He said, no need to shoot. I already know what I got to do for us to win. I've got it covered, Mike.
Thank you, Rachel.
I got it covered too. More drives, less coffee.
Jumper from Butler. And here comes Tatum.
Isn't it like $20 a cup?
Yeah, that. If you can pull that off, you are a great huckster.
And there's the first field goal for Tatum. 0 for 7. Knocks down the 3. And Boston back within 2. Considering his shooting woes, they're only down by 2.
But every time Canner comes in, The whole thing for Miami is put him in pick and rolls.
Iguodala gets inside and throws it down. 8 points in 7 minutes off the bench for the veteran.
He's played great for him in his first half.
And they got Kanter in 2 pick and rolls on that possession.
Smart trying to jam it with the left hand. Kanter right there to clean it up.
And I would be tempted to play Kanter on Solomon Hill as long as he's in the game.
Tatum somehow keeps that alive. Walker gets into the paint. His jumper rattles around, won't go. Butler the rebound. Pass inside to Dragic. Iguodala has Kanter on him. Butler goes backdoor and an easy bucket. 13 points for Jimmy Butler, and Brad Stevens calling timeout again.
And another fine feed from Iguodala, not just scoring and the big-time finish, but the ability to read and react with his high IQ on the offensive and defensive end. Poor communication by the Celtics. Jimmy Butler, moving without the rock, gets the easy deuce.
The redesigned CR-V is the best-selling CUV of the last decade. Every CR-V comes with Honda Sensing Standard, because you never know. And best of all, it's now available as a hybrid, too. Fun to drive, wherever you go. Get a great deal on the CR-V, a KBB.com 2020 Best Buy Award winner. Contact your Honda dealer or shop online.
He trained his mind among the Black Bear School of Chess. Speed players, trash talkers.
You want to come inside my house? How about coming to your house?
And through defeat, he learned you could beat every bear in the forest, but the game is never finished.
Gene, did you know Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies?
That's great.
That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? John Stamos to knit you a scarf?
All finished, Gene. Enjoy.
Thank you.
I give.
The stitch work is impeccable.
That's just a double fleck pattern with a reverse garter stitch. No big deal.
Is your hair this soft?
Softer.
Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th.
Joel Embiid is...
like, really unhappy.
Because the internet keeps using old gifts to react to his highlights. Mountain Dew presents the Joel Deserves Better gift collection.
Now I'm so happy.
Our retirement plan with Voya gives us confidence.
Yeah, they help us with achievable steps along the way, so we can spend a bit now, knowing we're prepared for the future. Oh,
Surprise!
We renovated the guest room, so you can live with us.
Oh, well, I'm good at my condo.
Oh.
I love her condo.
Nana throws the best parties. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Voya. Be confident to and through retirement.
Domino's knows delivery, so when we asked our team members how to make carry-out more convenient, they had thoughts.
Frisbee.
That's a thought.
Deliver it.
Even better. Introducing Domino's Carside Delivery. Just pull up, check in online, and we bring your food to you. It's carry-out delivered.
Dove Men Plus Care 3-in-1 bar is unique. It can be used on the hands, body, and face. It cleanses and moisturizes with 1/4 moisturizing cream, leaving your skin feeling comfortable and smooth. Dove Men Plus Care 3-in-1 bar.
The MLB playoffs begin Tuesday. ABC and ESPN will bring you coverage from the expanded best-of-3 wild cards matchups still to be determined. Matchup for the NBA Finals still to be determined. Celtics trying to force a Game 7. Miami trying to clinch the conference final and move ahead as we listen to Brad Stevens.
We need to move it and then let him rebound. Move it and drive it and get what we can get out of it. Don't lose sleep over some of the shots, but challenge them as hard as you can. Do not take shots off.
Jaylen Brown One of two Celtics in double figures. Jason Tatum just 1 for 8. Kanter stays in the game at center for the Celtics. Iguodala stays in the game for Miami. Pass inside to Tatum. Back for Jaylen Brown. Goes up. Shot rolls off. Won't go. Fight for the rebound. Crowder. Tyler Hero guarded by Jaylen Brown. Bam Adebayo gets inside, flips it up, and draws some contact. Adebayo's already taken 4 free throws. Back to the line for 2 more as Tice set to check back in.
That was a really nice play by Tyler Hero coming off the pick and roll. Little pocket bounce pass.
Adebayo 8 points and 3 rebounds so far.
The Heat have won the NBA championship.
We stand for something, and that's competition. That's winning.
Bam, punching it home.
We don't ever play to lose, ever. It's not the Heat way.
Well, that's winning basketball.
7 on Wednesday. Already Adebayo. Tice.
I think well against the zone. They're getting quality shots. Areas. Threes.
You think you'd fix it, so kudos to them.
Hero. Bad pass stolen by Tatum. Tatum ahead of the pack. Goes up and throws it down. Jason Tatum with his second field goal. Boston back within 2.
That's one of the ways you can get yourself going. Get an easy one. Good read on that steal and good bucket.
Duncan Robinson wastes no time. Fires away and hits the 3-pointer, his second of the game.
Shows you how great of a shooter he is. I mean, Jaylen Brown played as good a defense as you can play. He even got back and contested the shot, but it did not affect Robinson.
Tatum the floater. And Tatum has come alive.
And really, Mike, what they're doing is so simple against the zone. Tice is just going and pick and roll, screening the guards, and they're either finding people or, like on that one, Tatum got right to the rim.
Hero with a nice floater of his own. And Tyler Hero with 6 points off the bench.
And Coach, you're right. The Celtics are doing a better job attacking the zone, but I would make the case also that this Heat zone is not as efficient and effective as it once was.
Hayward does it as well. Exchanging buckets right now. Back and forth. A 3-point game. The Heat in front. Miami shooting 58% from the field. Adebayo goes down the lane.
And they trapped that pick and roll, but no one rotated to Adebayo. And a lot of it is you get paralyzed by shooting. So Robinson hit one. Are you less apt to help? It happens.
Hayward lost the handle. Good defense from Adebayo. Iguodala. And the ball kicked out of bounds. Still Miami ball with 4:13 remaining here in the first half.
And just good basketball. You stay at home on the shooters, and Bam impacts the game. He's done this entire series. Diving to the cup. Perimeter guy hands it off to him, and he does the rest.
Butler will inbound. Crowder gets a good look for 3. Tatum on the move, now being much more aggressive, falling away, shot misses. And a loose ball foul. Tice looking at Mark Davis. So Tice picks up his second. Make that his third. That's 3 now on Tice. Well, Williams comes into the game. Robert Williams
didn't play last game. Big spot for the young player.
Brad Stevens has rotated. Sometimes Canner, sometimes Robert Williams. Nice feed inside. Jimmy Butler, beautiful pass, and Crowder able to connect.
I like the way that Jimmy Butler has gotten Crowder a couple of looks, whether it be from the three-point line or diving to the cup, getting him going.
Offensive foul called on Jason Tatum on a moving screen, his first personal.
Well, Kemba Walker's trying to show on this pick and roll so he doesn't switch to Butler. And a good roll by Crowder and a late reaction by Robert Williams.
There's been some nice passing here in the first half. Celtics have 14 assists. The Heat with 13 assists. Butler goes right at Kemba Walker. Williams good help defense there, and Jaylen Brown comes the other way. Tatum for 3. It's good.
And you're right, that was a great reaction by Robert Williams to challenge the Butler floater, which ignited their fast break.
Tatum has hit 4 of his last 5 shots after starting off 0 for 7. Hero using the left hand. Walker has some room and hits Kemba Walker. A high arcing 3-pointer. And the Celtics back within 1. They've trailed by as many as 9. And a timeout called. Celtics now 11 of 22 from 3-point range.
And getting Kemba Walker a look offensively, a little high screen and roll, gets the switch with Bam defending him. Comfortable in that situation. Little one dribble, stop, pull up. Good offense.
Don't go out. Go all out. The Highlander. Toyota. Let's go places.
Perfect.
Who, me?
Perfect.
No, I'm not.
Perfect.
Perfect?
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect. Combo. Perfect.
I am Big Houseman and I am perfect!
Ding, ding, ding.
When the day calls for some winning, Dave & Buster's.
Perfect.
There he is. Oh, wow. You're doing really great with the twirling.
Dad, if you want to talk, I have a break at 3.
Okay. I'm going. I'm gone. It's like I wasn't here. Keep doing it, buddy.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says.
Money can't buy you happiness. Nonsense. $6 can buy you 2 Arby's sandwiches. That's 2 happinesses. Arby's, we have the meats.
The NBA Finals.
Davis a 3 for the win. He hit it.
You can't afford to miss a layup when you win the playoffs.
Where legends are born and legacies are made.
Time to celebrate a title.
And you know I'm gonna make it hit.
Tatum.
Oh, and throws it down.
Long distance from Murray.
NBA Finals on ABC. Presented by YouTube TV. Rise together.
Who's enjoying the limelight? Brought to you by Corona Extra. Jeff.
Well, Jason Tatum, a slow start, but he really passed the ball well there off the dribble with his left hand to Tice against the zone. One of his 7 assists, and then he got in the middle of the zone for a beautiful floater. And no matter how you 4D and how you twist this thing, he is flying on that breakaway.
Start, as we've said, especially third games, as the Celtics within 1.
And Boston in the zone.
Nice little fake, Tyler Hero. Crowder, that's a 2-pointer for Crowder. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo, so Celtic ball. Coming up at Toyota halftime, Maria, Jalen, Paul, and Jay. It's Game 7 looming. Certainly is right now. Game 7 would be Wednesday. If the Celtics could win and even up this series at 3 apiece. Tatum catches, fires, too strong. Williams a rebound, back to Tatum. Tatum posting up and under. Sweet move from Jason Tatum, and the Celtics regain the lead.
8-0 on second chance points.
And Deuce is ready to go to sleep.
You can't, Dad can't make that move. You got to give me some more, Deuce.
Nice feet inside. Dragic and Crowder getting his field goals on some pretty passes that lead to layups. Walker gets inside. Back out Tatum. Inside, beautiful pass, and Williams throws it down. Robert Williams giving Brad Stevens some nice minutes. And for Tatum, that's his 8th assist of the first half.
And you're right about Williams and Tatum.
Adebayo. Dragic with his 5th assist. A minute remaining. Kemba Walker gets free, drives and finishes.
And they're absolutely annihilating the zone right now with dribble penetration and passing into the paint, just attacking.
Dragic, Butler, Adebayo. More good passing.
And it's the same against the man-to-man of Boston. Over and over again, Miami's doing a great job of driving that ball and getting it right into the basket area.
Tatum drives, pulls up, shot won't go. Crowder the rebound.
Coach, this is what you're talking about. This is bad defense. Good offense by the Celtics. Kemba turning his head and attacking. Direct line drive with no help, no contest all the way to the cup. That's inexcusable if you're Eric Spoelstra in Miami Heat.
Hayward stripped by Dragic. Ahead to Butler. He's got plenty of time. Butler goes up, layup, missed it. Walker deflects it, and a whistle and a foul.
And that's a crucial foul. Kemba Walker's 3rd, and it gets them to the free throw line.
Tatum did a good job in pursuit to affect the shot. Well, there's the shove by Walker, knocking Dragic down, and Dragic will shoot the 2 free throws. And as Jeff mentioned, 3 fouls on Kemba Walker, pleads his case to crew chief Mark Davis. That's the first miss from the line tonight for the Heat. They were 9 for 9. Walker does not get it off in time, and the first half comes to an end. As Miami with a 2-point advantage as they try to advance to the NBA Finals. Here in Game 6, Bam Adebayo after a rough Game 5, 16 points. Meanwhile, Jason Tatum started off 0 for 7, but caught fire. 2 quarters complete in Game 6, Miami by 2.
NBA Eastern Conference Finals, presented by AT&T 5G, is brought to you by Hennessy. Never stop, never settle. Please drink responsibly.
Nice. This is the new Buick?
I think you mean the new Alexa.
It's a Buick.
It's an Alexa? Check it out. Alexa, turn on the outdoor lights.
Okay. That's cool, but I'm pretty sure it's a Buick.
Clearly an Alexa. Alexa, get directions to the 818 grill.
Getting directions. It's a Buick.
First ever Buick Encore GX. Available with Alexa built in.
Nice Buick.
It's an Alexa.
Now get nearly $3,300 purchase cash on the 2020 Encore GX. Ask Alexa, tell me about Buick SUVs.
The pan. The myth. The legend. The comfort food that started it all. The original pan from Pizza Hut for just $10.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Don't be conventional.
Anthony Davis.
Be exceptional. Upgrade to Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil.
You own a lot of basketballs.
Yeah, I got a few.
Get 250,000 miles of protection. Upgrade to Mobil 1.
Celtics all-star Jason Tatum struggled shooting the ball early, but didn't stop him from doing other things for the Celtics, distributing beautifully. Tatum in that first half, despite starting 0 for 7 from the field, had 8 assists in the first half. That's one shy of his career high. His Celtics trail by 2 halftime here in Game 6.
Domino's knows delivery, so when we asked our team members how to make carry-out more convenient, they had thoughts.
Frisbee.
That's a thought.
Deliver it.
Even better. Introducing Domino's Carside Delivery. Just pull up, check in online, and we bring your food to you. It's carry-out delivered.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes.
Good morning.
Something without wanting love bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, excuse me, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
This is the feeling of protection. Now, your identity and mobile phone as your auto, home, and life have never been in better hands. Allstate. Click or call for.
Joel Embiid is
really unhappy
because the Inter keeps using old gifts to react to his high. Mountain Dew presents the Joel Deserves Better collection.
Welcome to halftime.
Studio One here in New York City right now. The Heat up to the Celtics. Maria
was going to be there once again. He shook Brad Wanamaker out of his damn shoes on that one. And then just a strong drive, a little kickback for a knockdown three. That's the style in which this team plays, and I like seeing Jimmy aggressive in the first half, excuse me.
Celtics got to play some defense. You know, it's mind-boggling to me in a game where it's lose or go home, the effort on the defensive end. You would think the offense would come secondary, but they're just giving up dunks, layups, threes. The Heat are getting pretty much anything they want. So if the Celtics don't want to leave the bubble early, they're going to have to shut down on defense because this is just too easy in a game to where it's win or go home.
Paul, because I love you, I'm going to make you feel better about the second half. Your Celtics are in a good spot. They're only down 2, okay? And the Miami Heat shooting 57%, but they're stopping them from getting out in transition. Only 1 fast break point, only 1 second chance point, and Jason Tatum finally got going in the first half.
Good.
He didn't have 0 going into the halftime and had to explode in the second half. He worked himself into the game second quarter. I don't think this is a great sign for the Miami Heat.
He started the game 0 for 7, but goes into the locker room with 12 points. So that's a good side for you, Uncle P, Jason Tatum. And you know Jaylen Brown, if he gets to 25, it's basically a win for the C's.
This halftime is presented by Toyota.
Let's start walking.
Today's the day to get to your Toyota dealer. But hurry, these powerful hybrids are going fast. Toyota, let's go places.
Okay, my lucky friend. Should I trade him or keep him? That's what I thought.
Psst. Hey, Pete. Huh? You could use IBM Watson in the ESPN Fantasy app.
Tiny Larry Fitzgerald.
It helps you find your best trades by analyzing millions of football sources with AI on the IBM cloud. No luck required.
He's right, babe.
You don't need luck. You just need IBM Watson.
This must be Dr. Michael Stern.
Dr. Christie, I believe something ominous is happening.
Someone is taking diseases and weaponizing them. We have to stop it. Saving the world.
Here, here.
In the last 48 hours, we went toe-to-toe with Homeland Security. We buried a body.
It's a good grave.
Got it?
Got it.
It's slippery.
Yes.
Quick! The Quicker Picker-Upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
Hey, look. I got it.
Bounty, the Quicker Picker-Upper.
So how is it?
Great.
We got an opportunity, a responsibility, not just to ourselves. We got a legacy to uphold, people to make proud. So we got to take advantage of the moment, of the momentum. We got to protect our power, be the vanguards of our own voices. We got to keep doing the work, because our right to be heard won't be taken away on our watch. We got this. We got next.
Welcome back to the Toyota Halftime.
We're halfway from crowning an East champ or preparing for Game 7, Jalen.
Great to see a couple of glue guys, Marcus Smart and Andre Iguodala, making plays. Looks
3
good
more
for your
buckets,
Celtics.
Tyler Hero. 3 more buckets.
NBA Halftime is presented by Toyota. Today's the day to get to your Toyota dealer and turn up the style with a new Corolla, Camry, or RAV4. Toyota, let's go places.
Give everyone something to look up to. Go Highlander Hybrid. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, yo, welcome to the new Chris Paul workout show. If you want to make it to the NBA, you got to have a killer crossover. TNCP crossover. Oh, Jake from State Farm.
Here's the deal. There's no replacing the real Chris Paul, just like there's no replacing State Farm.
Man, what happened? Who are you? I'm the new Chris.
Man. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hulu has live sports.
Really? My bad. But we can't shoot commercials right now.
So Hulu put our faces on some other guys' bodies.
Just look at the quads.
Y'all said I need to spend less time filming commercials, so Hulu got some rando to do it for me.
Take it from me. Deep fake Saquon Barkley.
And me, Baker Mayfield's face on not Baker Mayfield's body. Hulu has live sports.
Plus, the largest streaming TV library.
That was weird. Arby's 2 for $6 everyday value. 2 of these for $6 every day. Like Monday, Saturday, Tuesday, all other days. Arby's, we have the meats.
What is that?
Mine. Why?
It's just that it's...
Lavender? Yes, it is. Old Spice. It's for men.
But I like the smell of it.
Look at you all fancy.
Fancy? I'm gonna be the most iconic designer of all time. The line for my stuff is gonna go for miles. And tickets to my show, so hot. I'm gonna be on the cover of every issue of every magazine in every country, even the ones on Mars. So let's go. I got places to be.
Little, man, I'm about to be the biggest in the world.
Welcome back. Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals presented by AT&T 5G. A rainy night at the Advent Health Arena, the Walt Disney World Resort here in Orlando. And at halftime, 62-60, the Heat leading as they try to wrap up the series. Hi again, everyone, with Mark and Jeff. Mike Breen on hand. We'll check in with Rachel as well. Early in the series, and still in this series, the zone defense has been a big part of the storyline, but the Celtics seem to have solved that, Mark.
I'll give them credit. It seemed like they've figured it out by just making plays and being much more aggressive, attacking the seam of the zone.
Yeah, I love how they're using the high pick and roll to start their dribble penetration game. Here, they started with Walker pick and roll, and then Tyson for a nice little floater.
And then there's going to be times where you got to attack the seams with a dribble drive. So Kemba Walker does a great job putting his head down and getting a direct line drive to the defense.
And Miami very well offensively too. It started with Butler, a basket. Here, a nice little.
And then Bam, what he does best, screen and roll. They try to cheat the play. The delivery on point gets all the way to the cup.
Adebayo just 13 points in Game 5, 16 points already here in Game 6 as we send it to Rachel.
Well, Mike, pretty positive halftime for the Boston Celtics. In the last game, there was a lot of angry words, guys trying to psych each other up. That didn't happen this time. Brad Stevens did tell his players he wanted them to guard better, but he too was positive, said they played great against the zone. If Miami does go to more man-to-man coverage in this half, he said, we're ready for anything, Mike.
Thank you, Rachel. It was the third quarter of Game 5. May have been the best quarter of the entire playoffs for the Boston Celtics. They outscored Miami 41-25. That was really the difference in that game. Crowder comes up short, had to shoot it quickly with the shot clock expiring. Here's Tatum. Fakes, now drives, goes inside. Heat players surrounding him, and he couldn't get it to fall. Crowder the rebound. Several times the Celtics have had a 1-point lead, but that's it. As Jimmy Butler throws it away, but last Walker.
Minute 10 into quarter number 3. Boston a 1-point lead. Smart losing his footing, able to recover in the lane, floats it up over Adebayo. No tap by Smart, gets it to go.
He outquicked him. Got up there quicker and got a hand on it, knocked it in.
Marcus Smart, his first point's not on a three-pointer. At 4 in the first half, 14 for the game. Goran Dragic tries a three that gets the roll, hit the rim, hit the top of the box and went down. 65 all on the Dragic three. Nearly 2 minutes gone by third quarter. Tatum around the screen from Tice. Picked up by Crowder. Strip ball across the baseline. Off the foot of Tatum and out of bounds.
It's increasingly a skill you see, and it started with a guy by the name of Marc Gasol. That strip down without fouling. And Mark, one of the best at doing it.
Crowder slapped it away, and it went off the thigh of Tatum and out. Bam has it front court to Robinson. Quick trigger three is good. Duncan Robinson feeling it from distance. That's his third three-pointer here in Game 6. 68-65 Miami. An answer for three, no from Walker. He banked it, no good. And Adebayo's got the rebound. Right to left come the Heat with Dragic on the right wing against Walker, who picked up a third foul late in the half. Dragic over to Adebayo against the smaller Heat. Couldn't finish. Rips away the offensive rebound. And a foul on the floor against Boston as Adebayo ended up on the deck.
I think Tice is frustrated because he feels like he had inside position. I don't think, though, he was the first to hit in a box-out situation. I think Bam just out-jumped him.
Yeah, I think this was a play on. I want to see the replay. Kane Fitzgerald came out with the call because Bam fell down and ended up on his back. He had a whole bunch of players just grappling for the ball.
Tice picks up foul number 4 at the 9:38 mark to go in the third. Miami off the inbound from the side. Butler on the right against Tice. They'll go to Dragic. He'll shoot the three. He'll miss it. 2 Celtics go for the rebound. It was Tatum and Tice tip, but controlled by Marcus Smart.
Well, I hope he got that call right because the fourth foul on Dan Tice is a big play.
Smart hanging, puts it off the glass and in. I mean, last second, let go of the ball from up close. Here's Butler driving right into Kemba Walker. And a foul is called, a block on Kemba, and he's got 4.
Well, both coaches, every time, if their team doesn't get the ball in bounds and up the floor quickly, you see both Eric Spoelstra and Brad Stevens just waving their arms going, come on, push it, because they want to go quickly.
Because you don't want to have to try to score against these 2 half-court defenses.
And they are getting it up quickly, and they're getting good shots as a result.
Walker goes out with the 4 fouls. Tice is still in. Off the inbound, Miami. And a travel, Duncan Robinson with Jason Tatum coming out to close out. Sidestep to his left with a dribble, and Robinson said, I thought I put the ball on the deck.
I'm a little surprised at that. We see that move all the time.
Turnover Miami. Tatum on the other end. Celtics trailing 68-67. Tice sets a high screen. Tatum fires to Smart. Corner three. No good. Overshot it. Crowder the rebound.
He was wide open.
Down floor, Dragic slows this one up with 8:50 to go in the third. A left-hand dribble between the rings. Bounces it to Adebayo just inside the three-point line. Takes Hayward down the lane. Fires to the wing. Crowder. Back to Bam. Bam finds Butler in the lane. A jump stop and a layup. No, he missed. Tice rebound.
Wow, easy opportunity.
Jaylen Brown, front court, Boston, looking to reclaim the lead, down 1. Fires a pass to Hayward. Quick touch pass in the corner. Smart. He'll rise from 3. Missed it. Wow, even worse this time. Overshot everything.
When he didn't shoot it when he first caught it, that should have told him that's enough. But he waited and then kind of forced it up.
8:15 to go, third quarter. Miami leading by 1. Bam from the right, out on the perimeter. Will drive Jaylen Brown in the lane. Floats it with a left hand, kisses the window, and goes down.
I'll tell you what, that's an excellent move. His first step for a big is long and it's fast, and then he uses the weak hand.
18 for Adebayo. Miami leads by 3. Bounce pass, Tice, free throw line. Great pass down the lane, but Hayward missed the bunny right at the rim.
Well, I'll tell you what, Boston has left some points in the paint. I'm talking uncontested layups.
Dragic on the other end, cut off by Tice. Lob for Adebayo, makes a tough catch. Double covered, fouled, his shot no good. Bam ends up on the deck. And when he gets lifted up, he will shoot 2 free throws. But first, let's pause 10 seconds for Station ID. This is the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed. Welcome back to Disney World with Doris Burke, PJ Carlissimo. I'm Mark Kestisher. Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Bam Adebayo at the line. First is good. 71-67 over Boston. 7:38 left in the third.
Ken Fitzgerald's making every call. He's made the last 4 calls.
Fitzgerald, Mark Davis, Pat Frere, our officiating crew tonight as Adebayo drains 2 free throws. He has 20 points in Game 6.
I would go to him virtually every possession.
7.5 minutes and rolling here in the third as Marcus Smart starts the offense. Goes to Tatum on the right. Tatum drives into Adebayo. Will shoot the short jumper and connects.
They continue to do an excellent job against the zone. In the first half, they were 7 for 9 from 3 and 13 for 20.
Miami's lead shaved to 3. Butler gets to the free throw line, stops and sends it out. Dragic with 10 to shoot. With Adebayo setting the screen. Now hits Bam at the free throw line. Jumper, high iron, and falls through. 22 for Bam.
Second shot of the period that goes up off the backboard, the iron like 4 feet high and drops in.
Miami Heat with a 5-point lead. It's a pass to the baseline. Jaylen Brown cutting through. They work it around the horn. Smart at the top. Back to Hayward on the right. Now the right corner to Brown, and a whistle from the baseline, a defensive 3-second call, I believe, or they call 3 seconds against Boston. A little confused here. We're looking at the teams.
That can't be.
No, it's
defensive 3.
Yeah, defensive 3.
Yeah.
Correct.
Ken Fitzgerald with the call.
Another one. And before we get the technical free throw, we will have a timeout here at Disney. Catch our breath with 6:45 to go third quarter. Bam Adebayo with 22 points. Heat lead the Celtics 74-69. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Gotta go to podcast for following NBA play on the NBA with Tom Haberstroh. Sits some of the biggest names in basketball to share the stories and the numbers behind the biggest games and biggest moments in the league.
With the man that everyone wants to see this weekend, Aaron Gordon. What's going on, man?
Tom, man. Here we are, man. What are we doing?
Any props? Have you been training with any props? Stuff the Magic Dragon?
Not this year. I think I'm
Search The Haber Show on TuneIn to listen.
Where's your HQ for the latest golf news? On the Golf Central podcast, GolfCentral.com writers discuss and debate the biggest stories in the game, from the PGA and LPGA tours to the amateurs.
You look at his history on the type of golf courses, is what you're saying.
Yes, right? TPC Boston has been very favorable over the years to long hitters and ball strikers. Bryson won there the last time TPC Boston hosted a playoff event in 2018. You head next week to the BMW Championship.
Search Golf Central on TuneIn to listen.
Wish you could catch up on the NBA playoff race in 30 minutes or less? The NBA Daily Ding is your quick, comprehensive daily rundown of the NBA.
Keeps it again against Forbes. He'll shoot a deep 3. Hit it!
Let the Athletics team of NBA experts fill you in on everything you need to know to start your day.
It was actually 1 for 22, and it was just all free throws. There we go. That makes sense. But yes,
Search NBA Daily Ding on TuneIn to listen. How do you discover the creme de la creme on TuneIn? Connect with us on social media to hear about the biggest live games, the most important news stories, the hottest music, and the best new podcasts. Follow @TuneIn on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to always be in the know.
With the latest update to the TuneIn app, your search bar gives you more control than ever before. Now, in addition to standard search, you can view and edit your history, browse what's trending with other listeners, and explore custom picks just for you. Search and discover on TuneIn.
And now a game of Commercial Chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
Hi,
guess we should talk about something. How's the, vermicelli game in your town? Got any good Vietnamese restaurants? Vermicelli? Oh, it's a noodle. Very good. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
I'm Kevin Winter in our studio. Time now for Did You Know? Brought to you by Geico. Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on a car, motorcycle, and RV policies. Visit geico.com for more information. The Lakers, of course, snapping their playoff drought, snapping their NBA Finals drought. Did you know the Los Angeles Lakers joined the 1975-76 Phoenix Suns and the Blazers from the next season as the only teams ever to make the NBA Finals following a playoff drought of at least 5 seasons? Remember, the Lakers' playoff drought had extended 6 years last season. Lakers are in the finals, still trying to find an opponent. Miami's off to a good start in the second half. Doris, PJ, Kesty, back to you in Orlando.
All right, Kevin, a 5-point Miami lead. We have great storylines no matter who comes out of the East. I mean, think of the Miami Heat and, of course, Pat Riley on that franchise. LeBron James, who was there for 2 Miami championships. And if you get Lakers-Celtics, I guess that's just enough said right there.
Just so much history in that rivalry. But how about LeBron would face off against the team he left, and they would be in the finals for the first time since his departure?
That's right.
Plenty of juicy storylines. I have a feeling Pat Riley would love an opportunity to beat LeBron in the finals.
Not happy when he didn't stay and headed to Cleveland, led the Cavaliers to that 2016 championship. We had a defensive 3-second against Miami right before the timeout. Jason Tatum at the free throw line connects, so it's 74-70. Boston now within 4 points.
That's only the 5th free throw for Boston. 11 already for the Miami Heat.
Yeah, Boston didn't have any free throw attempts in the second quarter at all. Man wearing number 0, Jason Tatum has it for the Celts. Drives down the left post, goes to the right hand from the left side, laying it in.
Boy, it never fails. As soon as the team gets like a 5-6 point lead, they're ready to maybe take control of the game, and boy, the other team comes back.
Tatum's got 17 points, 74-72, Heat lead and ball. Andre Iguodala flips it on the right side to Dragic, runs him Marcus Smart through the screen. Tack shot, no good, tapped all the way out to Robinson. Reload Dragic, a 3 from the right, pops in and out. Boston's got it.
Bad play by Boston. They tap it out at the other team's basket.
Tatum against Crowder with 6 minutes to go in the third. Gives it to Brown, a drive, a finger roll short. Coming up with it, Tice tried to put it in, couldn't, and here comes Miami the other way. Butler bounce for Crowder on the left, laying it in.
Got the ball to the middle of the floor. They had a numbered opportunity. Soft bounce pass to the left side. Jake Crowder filling the lane beautifully. Excellent execution. Missed layup by Tice.
Another missed layup for Boston Celtics. They're getting the ball inside and not finishing and opening up the backcourt in transition.
Here's Jaylen Brown, a 3-point attempt. No good from the left corner. Rebounded by Miami, which leads 76-72. 5.5 left in the third. Goran Dragic matched up with Jason Tatum up high. Tried to run him through a screen as he dribbles to the right. Now to Iguodala. He'll get a good look at a 3, and he will connect. Iguodala trying to get to his 6th straight NBA Finals, giving Miami a 5-point edge.
Bam Adebayo goes to the bench. Miami doesn't miss a beat.
Jaylen Brown from the left feeds Gordon Hayward. About 20 feet away, rises, misses. Tice that time, offensive rebound. He's fouled on his way back up, and he will shoot 2.
Well, there's the difference. There's nobody to keep Tice off the glass down there. So another offensive rebound for the Boston Celtics. Advantage for Miami on the free throw line. Advantage to the Boston Celtics on the offensive glass.
At the line, Tice, first of 2, front rim, back and in. A trio of NBA podcasts. Zach Lowe, Brian Windhorst, Adrian Wojnarowski. Join the conversation wherever you get your podcasts. 4:59 on the clock, third quarter. 79-73 Miami. Free throw Tice, around and down 2 that he rattled home. Boston back within 5.
10-1 second.
For 3, hits another one from the left wing. The grizzled veteran at age 36, Andre Iguodala, has given Miami an 82-74 lead here in the third.
Miami's just scoring with more facility than Boston is. Boston is just shooting himself in the foot. Too many times they've been inside and unable to finish really good looks.
It's bad transition defense. Okay, I get you want to take away the rim first, but how about some communication? How about everybody pointing, talking, finding that three-point line? Inexcusable in transition.
14 for Iguodala, including 4 for 4 from three-point land. 4:19 to go in the third. Miami 82, Boston 74. This is the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
And now a game of Commercial Chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
So, traffic has been crazy lately, right? And rush hour? Forget it. Nobody wants to let you merge onto the highway. But hey, somebody let you merge or you wouldn't be there, so drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
College football, it's the game you wake up early on Saturdays for, even though kickoff isn't until 7. The game where the Goodyear blimp becomes a Hall of Famer. The game that goes just beyond school, spirit, fandom, or love of the sport. It's the game where the comebacks happen. It's the game where anything can and will happen, as long as you have the drive, because football is that moves you, because it moves us too. Goodyear, more driven.
And now more from Straight Talk. The big wireless companies say they're the only best company.
Because they've got like a gajillion cell towers?
Like that. Straight Talk wireless on those towers, so you get the same works for up to 50% less.
I wonder if they're counting that one in Kickapoo, Kansas.
Oh boy. Switch today and get our unlimited plan for just $45 a month with 25 gigs at high speeds and no contract. Straight Talk wireless only at Walmart.
Savings may vary. See straighttalk.com.
Ready for the inside scoop on the NBA postseason race?
Look at this shot by
On the Hollinger and Duncan NBA show, basketball insider John Hollinger and Dunked On podcast host Nate Duncan join forces to bring you the smartest weekly NBA podcast on the court, featuring next-level analysis of the league, its teams, and its players, all the way to the NBA Finals.
We'll do some overall playoff predictions here at the end.
Search Hollinger and Duncan NBA show on TuneIn to listen.
Finding great value is brought to you by Cooper Tires.
Ryne Sandberg was drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies in the 20th round of the '78 Major League Baseball Amateur Draft. After only 13 games with the Phillies, Sandberg was traded to the Chicago Cubs. Sandberg played 15 seasons with the Cubs, which included 10 straight All-Star appearances, 9 straight Gold Gloves, plus he was the MVP in 1984. Sandberg was elected to the Hall of Fame in 2005.
Cooper Tires. Go with the Coopers.
Hey, it's your Uncle Cooper here. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Goldie, my niece, your cousin. And Goldie didn't know which tires were right for her. The first ones were too much tire, and the next ones were not enough tire. Anyway, long story short, Goldie found the Coopers, and they were just right. What a happy, practical ending. Okay, go to sleep. Go with the Coopers. Cooper.
I'm Kevin Winter in our studio, Rise and Grind with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. Tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, and ESPN News. Andre Iguodala, 3-time champion with the Warriors. When he came to Miami at the trade deadline from Memphis, many thought he could have an impact. He had 8 points total the previous 4 games. Casti, tonight, he can't miss with a chance to go back to the finals. Back to you, Doris and PJ.
Indeed, Kev and Doris. He only played 21 games for Miami. Remember, he was just sitting around waiting for Memphis to deal him, and he's 36 years of age, bringing a lot of experience.
You touched on it. This would be an opportunity to go to his 6th straight finals. You think about he won a finals MVP when he took the challenge of guarding LeBron James. A big, strong, physical, smart player. Spent the first 8 years of his career in Philly, but boy, championship is on his mind.
Last 5 years with the Golden State Warriors, 82-74. Heat lead, Boston with it, coming up on 4 minutes to go in the third. Brad Wanamaker, Grant Williams on the floor, and so is Tatum, who has it on the right angle with 7 to shoot. Tatum inside the arc, back to Wanamaker with 3. Over to Tatum with 2, a 3-point contested shot, hits the front rim. Rebound contested on the end line. Grant Williams was touching it out of bounds. It'll go to Miami.
Good defensive possession for Miami. I'll tell you what, Gordon Hayward, I love the fact that he's only been back 4 games. I don't know that he's helping Boston right now. And Eric Spoelstra's keeping Bam Adebayo on the bench. The small group is doing very well without him.
Iguodala, 3:40 left in the third. Dribble handoff left wing to Butler. On the left angle against Wanamaker. Passes to the right, Robinson. Quick trigger 3, doesn't go down. Williams rebounds. Gives it to Tatum at the 3.5-minute mark to go in the third. To Kemba Walker. He's going to drive into the lane. Gets deep, flips it up and in. Sacrificing the body.
Big basket right there. Stopped the bleeding a little bit for Boston.
11 for Kemba. 6-point lead Miami. Tyler Hero, left-hand dribble on the right hash. Walker comes to defend. We'll go to Robinson up top. Left side Butler. Shot clock dips under 10. Butler with a slow dribble along the arc. Now darts toward the lane. Finds Hero for an 18-footer that's all net.
Hero has a knack for finding gaps. He's just playing off Jimmy Butler, looking for a seam.
Tyler Hero just passed Dwayne Wade, the most points rookie playoff season for Miami. And an offensive foul on the baseline against the Boston Celtics.
Boy, you know, Duncan Robinson has spent so much time watching tape, and much of it is with assistant coaches on the defensive end of the floor, how to be in the right spaces, and does a nice job getting his team a possession, PJ.
Yeah, he certainly does. I'm not so sure. Was that an offensive foul or did that pass hit the end line?
Correct, it did. They call it out of bounds officially.
Yeah, Brad Wanamaker tried to throw a pass across the baseline, but he threw it on the end line. That's a bad turnover. Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart are at the scorer's table, but they weren't there before the play, so they can't come in. They need to come in quickly. This one is slipping away.
8 turnovers and a bunch of missed opportunities close to the rim for Boston. 2.5 to go here in the third. Goran Dragic picked up by Walker. Dribbles him to the free throw line. Now fades from 12. Missed it. Grant Williams, the rookie, with a rebound. They'll give it to Tatum. 2:20 to go in the third. Tatum lost the dribble. Off his foot. It caroms out of bounds. One official waved it to Miami. And now they'll switch it correctly. Kane Fitzgerald was going to come over and correct.
Pat Frere pointed the wrong way. He had the right team, but he pointed the wrong direction.
Went off the foot of Tyler Hero. 2:18 to go, third quarter, 84-76. Heat lead the Celtics. Kemba has the inbounds. Stops on a dime, thought about a step back. Hero in his face, so he gives it up, gets it back. Walker sidesteps to the right for 3 and nets it.
5 big points by Kemba Walker since he's come in.
14 for Walker. Celtics back within 5. We're under 2 minutes to go in the third. Bam Adebayo back on the floor, hands it to Hero.
2 consecutive possessions where he just gets his own, and this time down, forceful drive to the cup, and timely back-to-back basket.
He's got the ball cupped like a running back going through the line. He's got it cupped in close so they can't get at it. But I'll tell you what, they are so good when he is slashing and attacking the basket. 17 points.
And again, PJ, as Jaylen gets that free throw down, again, you had gotten separation, and
here they come.
And here comes Boston again.
18 points on the three-point play by Jaylen Brown, 86-84. Celtics down 2, 50 seconds left in the third. Marcus Smart hounding Tyler Hero, creating the turnover. Smart with the slam dunk, and we're tied at 86.
That's what Marcus Smart does the best. He makes things happen with his defense and his hustle.
43 seconds to go in the third. Miami will try it again. Going from right to left. Smart defending Dragic. They switch Brown onto him. They go right side to Iguodala, right back to Dragic. Shot clock at 10. Dragic dribbling to the left against Gordon Hayward. Gets down to the baseline, circles under the rim, lays it over his head and in.
Gordon Hayward can't cover Goran Dragic. Dragic is just too clever, and I think Gordon Hayward is not quite back in his normal condition, obviously.
88-86, Miami the lead. About 2 seconds difference on the shot clock. 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
This situation has been a problem for Boston.
Tatum in the corner. Hayward left corner 3. It's a miss. Rebounded with 2 seconds to go. Dragic past half court to the free throw line. He never saw the clock. He went for a layup that was blocked anyway, but it wouldn't have counted had it gone.
Boston was lucky because they shot it a little too quickly. Had Dragic looked up and seen the clock, he would have had about a 18-foot jump shot.
So we have a 2-point game as we did at halftime. 2-point lead for the Miami Heat after 3 quarters, 88-86 over Boston. We turn for the fourth next. This is the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio. ESPN app presented by
Stay current on American time.
Play ball!
Managing your fan on the Roto World podcast. Experts DJ Drew Silver examine the latest MLB headlines and everything fantasy.
I'm way too pleased with myself. Like, I was so excited for Andy to see this, and Scott, but especially Andy. And yeah, I'd be lying if I...
Search Roto World Baseball on TuneIn to listen.
College football is back on the field.
He's going to go in, touchdown!
And TuneIn is your ticket to the game. Listen to live play-by-play, pre- and post-game coverage, college football podcasts, and in-depth analysis of the biggest stories around the sport.
We want to play football.
Best of all, it's free.
Barkley motions into the backfield. McSorley fakes to him. Instead, into the end zone. Touchdown!
Search college sports on the TuneIn app to find your team and start listening.
Looking to freshen up your listening on TuneIn? Head to the homepage to discover something new. There you'll see custom recommendations based on your listening habits, along with new episodes of shows you've enjoyed in the past. Uncover your next audio obsession on the homepage.
Are you sure you aren't missing out on what's happening right now on TuneIn? Follow TuneIn on social media to hear about trending content, breaking news, live events, and the latest audio sensations. Just find @TuneIn on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add them on Facebook.
To stay in the know and discover your next audio obsession.
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook now.
We saved serious cash with our Progressive Home and Auto Bundle and used the money to buy a new boat.
Who's ready to water ski?
This is not a real testimonial. Sure, customers can save big money with Progressive, but not enough for a new boat. They'll probably spend it on rent or gas money or maybe one of those little plastic wading pools for the yard.
Ahoy there!
Is what the captain might say. On the toy boat. In your wading pool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
I'm Kevin Winter in our studios. 3 quarters complete.
For 3, hits another one from the left wing. The grizzled veteran at age 36, Andre Iguodala, has given Miami an 82-74 lead here in the third.
An 8-point lead, their largest in the second half. Iggy hasn't missed. He's got 14, but Jaylen Brown with a 3-point play. Marcus Smart with a steal, tied it at 86, scoring Dragic a layup. We are exactly where we were when we started the second half. Miami by 2. We make the turn for the fourth quarter. Either Game 7 or Game 1 of the finals awaits with P.J. Carlesimo and Doris Burke. Here's Mark Kestisher.
All right, Kev, Doris, you and PJ mentioned it. Every time Miami gets a little breathing space, Boston comes back at 10-4 close to the period.
Yeah, and Boston has a +9 advantage from the three-point line, a +13 advantage second chance points. You've got 18 from Brown, 17 from Tatum, 18 from Smart. Like all of the things Boston brings to the table right now. Great run, PJ, but this, again, is such a tightly contested series.
53% for Miami from the field, 46 for Boston. All those layups, all those plays they didn't finish in the paint is hurting Boston right now.
Jimmy Butler, first attack for Miami is a fading 16-footer that misses. Marcus Smart the rebound. Smart, Tatum, Brown, Grant Williams, and Kemba Walker on the floor in Boston white and green. Down 2 are the Celtics. Here's Tatum at the top. Goes to Marcus Smart on the left, flips it to Kemba. Walker on the drive, jump stop in the lane, fades at the dotted line and hits to tie the game.
What a beautiful move. Tyler Hero was with him until he stopped on the dime and he kept going. Kemba just stepped back and finished inside.
That's called elite breaks.
16 for Kemba Walker, tied at 88. Bam Adebayo has it on high. Crowder, his pass intended for Jimmy Butler, tapped out of bounds by Tatum.
Jason Tatum really active tonight, side out of bounds. You see Boston holding 2 fists up. That means they'll be zoned against this side out.
You are not, if you're staring at a target, going to complete a pass against the Boston Celtics.
Exactly right.
Butler, Crowder, Adebayo, Dragic, and it's Tyler Hero, the trigger man. Late in the count, gets it into Bam.
Almost didn't get it in.
Bam will dribble handoff, but it goes right to Jaylen Brown. The steal. Brown the flush. Boston takes the lead. And Jaylen Brown is slow to get up. He looks injured on the other end. His left leg, or maybe his knees, favoring as Bam Adebayo has a slam for Miami to tie the game. But Jaylen Brown trying to shake it off.
He's telling Mark Davis he slipped. I think the floor is wet.
Now the timeout is given to Boston. Jaylen is standing up. He's in the corner. He was able to walk there on his own. But after that dunk, he came down.
So the left foot of his was clipped by the defensive player, and there was no foul call.
Mark Davis was right there.
The initial grab was below the knee from Jaylen Brown. He's standing on 2 feet, but bent over a bit with the Celtics training crew around him. We will update you on his status as we get it. We got a timeout here with the Celtics and the Heat tied at 90. 10:41 to go in Game 6. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
College football, it's the game you wake up early on Saturdays for, even though kickoff isn't until 7. The game where the Goodyear blimp becomes a Hall of Famer. The game that goes just beyond school, spirit, fandom, or love of the sport. It's the game where the comebacks happen. It's the game where anything can and will happen as long as you have the drive. Because college football is the game that moves you. We get it because it moves us too. Goodyear, more driven.
And now more Straight Talk from Straight Talk. The big wireless companies say they're the only way to get the best coverage.
Because they've got like a gajillion cell towers?
Something like that. But Straight Talk Wireless runs on those same towers, so you get the same great networks for up to 50% less.
I wonder if they're counting that one in Kickapoo, Kansas.
Oh boy. Switch today and get our unlimited plan for just $45 a month with 25 gigs at high speeds and no contract. Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart.
Savings may vary. See straighttalk.com.
America's pastime is a big deal, and it's also big business. Baseball Biz is the podcast about the business of baseball, covering everything from MLB history and operations to interviews with players, agents, owners, scouts, umpires, and beyond.
Right now, we're right at 30 games if everybody's been playing all of toward their 60 and haven't missed any.
Give or take a few teams.
Give or take a few games. Exactly. But
search Baseball Biz in one word on TuneIn to listen. What do you mean you don't follow TuneIn on social media? From important reminders on the biggest live events and news stories to hand-picked recommendations of our favorite stations and podcasts. Follow @TuneIn on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay in the know.
Finding great value is brought to you by Cooper Tires.
In the 62nd round of the 1998 amateur draft, the Dodgers drafted the son of a close friend of Tommy Lasorda. The player was Mike Piazza. Although he struggled initially in the minors, he was eventually called up in the summer of '92. The following season, he was named Rookie of the Year, and he never looked back. He finished his career as a 12-time All-Star and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016.
Cooper Tires. Go with the Coopers.
Hey, it's your Uncle Cooper here. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Goldie, my niece, your cousin. And Goldie didn't know which tires were right for her. The first ones were too much tire, and the next ones were not enough tire. Anyway, long story short, Goldie found the Coopers, and they were just right. What a happy, practical ending. Okay, go to sleep. The Coopers. Cool.
I'm Kevin Winter in our studios. I want to thank all of you who logged on to our Twitter account at NBA on ESPN Radio to vote in the AutoZone poll question. 48% of you said Jimmy Butler would be the player to get in the zone tonight. Butler's got 13 points, 8 assists, a couple of rebounds, did a lot of damage in the opening half. Butler's name is now into the conversation, given all eyes are on Jaylen Brown. Kesty, back to you, Doris, and PJ in Orlando.
All right, thanks a lot, Kevin. Much like in the last round, Jaylen Brown appears to have survived any kind of serious injury. We got to look at the replay. Jimmy Butler took out his legs as Jaylen Brown was going for the layup.
Yeah, Jaylen was up in the air, and his left leg was the trail leg, so it was bent at the knee like a 90-degree angle. And when Jimmy Butler tried to run by him, his body hit that part of the leg, and that's what caused the injury.
So Brown still on the floor off the inbound. Marcus Smart, as he drives the baseline, had it poked away out of bounds. 12 to shoot for Boston on the trigger.
Casey, that was a huge no call because kind of lost in the shuffle was a 5-on-4 at the other end that Miami scored easily, and Boston had to burn a timeout because there was no foul call on that play.
10:34 to go in the game, tied at 90. Inbound, Smart has it, unties it with a baseline right jumper.
It's so often you lose the inbounder. Marcus enters the ball, just steps into the dunker spot, and it's nice and easy.
They didn't account for the inbounder.
92-90, Celtics lead, trailing this series 3-2. Bam Adebayo dribbles across the top, now stops the dribble and gives it up to Crowder on the left, 8 to shoot. Back to Bam, he sees the shot clock at 5. Against Grant Williams, who poked it away, it's loose, saved by Tatum. Tatum, though, touched it as he was on the baseline, and the shot clock at 2.5.
Mark Davis is saying, nope, don't reset it. When you try and save the ball out of bounds, it's a question of whether you have control or not. Now, good call. Good job not resetting it because it was never really saved. He stepped on the end line when he tried to save it.
Andre Iguodala's checked in here. 2.5 seconds to go on the shot clock. 10:05 left in the fourth. Heat down 2. Dragic to inbound. Lobs it. Butler makes the catch. Puts it up. No, but it's going to be a loose ball over the back on Jimmy Butler.
That was Marcus Smart doing Marcus Smart-like things. He's shorter. He doesn't have the vertical that Bam does. But, boy, just gritty and tough and saying, you're not dunking over me.
He impacts the game in so many ways. That's a good call by Kane Fitzgerald. Jimmy Butler clearly came over Marcus's back.
Just went under 10 minutes to go. Celtics by 2 in possession. Tatum on the left. Trying to drive Jimmy Butler, who knocks it free, but commits a personal foul as he got a piece of the body at 9:54 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Jason Tatum, so many times when he dribbles in, he goes into traffic, and all of a sudden the ball comes loose, his arms are flailing, and there's going to be a foul call, or there's going to be a turnover. It's amazing how many times the ball comes loose.
They've ruled Tatum in the act of shooting here, and he will shoot a pair of free throws at 9:54 to go. Jason Tatum, 17 points and a career-high 10 assists here in Game 6, and he hits the first of 2.
That's another double-double.
That's right.
For Jason Tatum. Now
10.
Ties him with Nikola Jokic for second place behind we know who. Mr. LeBron James has 11 double-doubles.
Who is watching, we hope listening, as the Lakers are safely in the finals. Tatum hits the second free throw. Celtics 94, Heat 90.
Free throws now close. 10 for the Celtics, 10 attempts, and 13 for Miami.
9:45 and counting to go in the fourth. Here's Butler on the drive down the lane into Williams. Missed the shot. And the rebound, it's Marcus Smart. Smart flips it to Kemba Walker. Walker settles, takes a 3. It's a miss. Rebounded by Bam. Poked away momentarily by Marcus Smart. Adebayo has it.
That was a chance for Boston to get a 6 or 7 point lead.
Butler finds Tyler Hero, has been quiet here in the second half against Jaylen Brown. Nearly stole it once, this time took it away. Here's another run out for Brown, who lays it in, and the Celtics go up 6.
What do we talk about with the Celtics? We talk about speed being their best attribute. That ball pressure's important. Boy, their defense on point.
Second time Tyler Hero's given the ball up at the top of the key, so it just yielded a breakaway. And by the way, Jaylen Brown's looking pretty good on that back leg.
There he is. 10-2 start to the fourth quarter for the Boston Celtics, who have their biggest lead of Game 6. Another elimination game night, trying to force a 7th game. 9:04 to go. Boston 96, Miami 90. This is the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
This is Chiney and Golic Jr. on ESPN Radio and on ESPN News.
Hey, this is ESPN Radio's Mike Golic Jr. here to tell you about my new show, Chiney and Golic Jr. Each weekday, I sit down with my esteemed co-host, 2-time WNBA All-Star, Chiney Agwumike, to engage with basketball fans, discuss the topics of the day, and look ahead at the night's events. Search ESPN Radio on TuneIn to listen live on weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern, or search Chiney and Golic Jr. to catch up on the latest episode.
Did you know Geico's now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies? That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? Your dentist to actually believe you?
And you're flossing every day.
Absolutely.
Great. And you're cutting down on your sweets?
Of course.
Wonderful. Then I don't even need to look in there.
Great. See you in 6 months.
There's never been a better time to switch to Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th. Limitations apply. Visit geico.com for details.
Did you know that with TuneIn's local radio feature, you can stream live FM and AM stations broadcasting in your area? Discover local news, talk, and music stations. Navigate to the local radio section under Browse to listen locally on TuneIn.
I'm Kevin Winter in our studios. Here's the scenarios. If Miami wins tonight, Game 1 of the finals will start Wednesday evening with the Heat and the Lakers. If Boston wins tonight, Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals will be on a Wednesday night between Boston and Miami. No matter what happens, we're going to have basketball here on ESPN Radio and on ABC Television. It's just whether or not we have the final series or the final game in the penultimate series. Kesty, Doris, PJ, Boston by 6. Back to you with a long way to go.
Yeah, it feels like it, Kev. A 17-4 run for the Boston Celtics, bridging back to the third quarter. Boston's winning a lot of big stat
Well,
boards.
the specialty points, they're really beating up on him. Both teams had 7 turnovers at the half. Now it's 11 for Miami. 16-8 second chance points, 40-34 points in the paint, 14-1 second chance points, and 11-3 fast break points. All the specialty points are going Boston's way.
Waiting here as Tyler Hero will inbound for Miami. Just handed the ball by Kane Fitzgerald. Gets it into Andre Iguodala, who has 14 points on 5 of 5 shooting here in Game 6. He'll give it up to Dragic, 12 to shoot. Now to Butler, who's missed his last 7 field goal attempts. Butler right of the circle holding, 6 to shoot against Marcus Smart. Puts it on the deck, backs him down mid-post, spins, ducks under, and is fouled by Smart, who thought he had all ball late in the shot clock.
Yeah, but they're digging in on the defensive end of the floor. So Smart initially would not let Hero catch it. Then makes it a timely switch onto Jimmy Butler. And yeah, okay, he got you on the post and you're going to make him earn it from the free throw line. But I just love the level of intensity of Boston defensively.
Jimmy Butler scoreless in the second half and remains missing the first of 2 free throws.
Well, predictably out of the timeout, Eric Spoelstra puts the ball in Jimmy Butler's hands, and you know Jimmy Butler's going to try and take it to the line.
8:48 on the clock. One more coming for Butler, and that one is good. Splitting the pair, 96-91. Trend to 5.
9.4 attempts a game. Jimmy Butler. Zone again.
Here's Taylor to the corner. Marcus Smart's 3, no good. A high rebound. Jalen, defensive rebound. The ball. Butler can't. And we've got a whistle on the floor. Ball actually is the call. Jalen doesn't have position, and he pogo sticked up in the air.
That's exactly what he just jumped over the top of everybody.
Boston side in with a fresh 14.
It's another offensive rebound, by the way, for the Celtics.
Walker lean in 3, not there.
I hated both of their last shots.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they got a chance to try and put this, distance between them. You know Miami's going to come back at him.
Duncan Robinson, ball fake on the 3, stops down below, passes outside to Hero for an open 3. He connects. Miami back within 2.
They do such a good job of replacing shooting spots. So Duncan Robinson vacates one off the bounce, backfill by Hero.
8 minutes to go in Game 6. Here's Marcus Smart from 14. No, Adebayo climbs the ladder and grabs the board. 96-94 Boston. Miami can tie it, take the lead on a long one with 7:50 left. Adebayo stops the dribble up high, goes to Hero, 30 feet from the hoop. Now he'll dribble to the wing. He'll pull up. A deep 2 is good. Tied at 96.
We should have just announced that when we came back from the timeout. Here comes a Miami run.
Back and forth they go here in Game 6. Kemba Walker penetrates the arc, passes to Brown. He'll dribble in. A 14-footer rolls off. Duncan Robinson secures the board.
Would only be appropriate if this goes overtime.
Exactly.
That's how this conference final started in Game 1. 96 all, 7:15 left. Bam Adebayo dribble handoff to Robinson coming along to the right. Now he'll find Butler on top of the arc. Butler with 7 to shoot, gives it up to Hero. Marcus Smart in his face. Hero's going to take him off the deck. A fadeaway jumper missed from 14. Tatum the rebound. Up come the Celtics trying to untie the game. Jason penetrates outside to Walker. Now Walker on the drive against Iguodala. Fouled. His shot no good. And Kemba will shoot a pair.
Bam back there with his board, he has a double-double also. He started 24 and 10 right now. He was tied with Jason Tatum. So let's just go back to our same announcement that both of them are now tied with Nikola Jokic. Both of them are now one behind LeBron James for the most double-doubles in the playoffs.
And speaking of duos, Daniel Tice and Gordon Hayward getting set to check in between free throws here for the Celtics with 6:53 to go. Kemba's first is good. Boston takes the lead.
Grant Williams did a good job. You don't always have to do great things. Just hold the fort. Grant Williams did more than that. Very solid minutes for Brad Stevens.
Now Tice needs to stay on the floor by not fouling.
Absolutely. And he needs to defend Bam Adebayo. Those two may not necessarily work well together.
Tice has 4 fouls. Kemba misses the second free throw. 97-96. Boston lead 1. 6:45 to go. Adebayo with a left-hand dribble driving right by Tice. Goes strong and flushes with 2 hands. Bam wanted the rim. Tice was in his way. Bam got the 2.
I'll tell you what, Bam Adebayo has been a force tonight.
26 points, 10 rebounds for the third-year man from Kentucky. Miami leads 98-97. Here's Tatum straight on 3 in traffic. Knocks it home. Boston reclaims the lead. 100-98. Celtics with 6:20 to go. Bam Adebayo again takes Tice to the dotted line. Falls down, might have slipped, and hit the jumper.
And the 5th foul on Tice, I believe. That's why Brad sat him so long, because he had 2 to work with. But Bam, I said it to start the game, he needed to be a force of nature. He has been every bit of that.
I want to watch this replay.
Adebayo against Tice. Just maybe got the elbow on the shooting arm after it was away.
I got to be honest with you. So I got to ask Coach this, because, Coach, that ball is well released when the contact on the arm happens.
I don't like it at all.
6:16 to go. 5 fouls on Tice. 3-point play. Adebayo's got 27 and 10. Tice has fouled out of 3 games this postseason.
Grant Williams getting set to check back in, Kesty.
Miami's taking the lead. Tatum, a right wing 3, misses. No Celtics under the basket. Adebayo's got it. 6 minutes to go in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Heat by 1. Adebayo searching out Tice. Wraps it underneath for Butler for the lay-in.
Bam Adebayo, are you kidding me? Absorbs a double team. Little wrap around the Celtics to get that easy shot for Jimmy.
3-point lead for Miami. Tatum on the right, drives in against Butler, Euros into the lane, flips it up and in.
Thank you, because Boston's attempted 37 3-point shots to only 25 for Miami.
Here's Bam going at Tice again. Short jumper misses, late whistle.
Did he get him on his 6th foul right there?
That would foul out Tice.
Before Grant Williams could get in, no dead ball happened.
5:31 on the clock as Daniel Tice has picked up his 6th and final foul in Game 6.
I want to see this one again. No, that's Bam over the top.
That's Bam over the top. That's 2 awful calls that foul Tice out of the game.
With 5:31 to go, Tice, the first Celtics player to foul out 4 times in a single postseason since Robert Parrish back in 1987.
Well, we've been saying all along how as Bam misses the first free throw, Daniel Tice has, I think, a bad habit of wasting some of his fouls. But I'll tell you what, his 5th and 6th, really tough calls against him.
Adebayo with one more free throw. It was clear from Bam. He was going right after Tice, trying to get that number 6, the last 3 possessions. And the second free throw goes in. Miami 104, Boston 102. 5.5 minutes to go. The Heat with a 3-2 series lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. Celtics trying to force a 7th game and keep Miami from getting to the finals for the first time in 6 years. Tatum on top of the arc, drops it for Smart, drives and kicks left side. Walker, catch and shoot 3 is a miss. Brown tipped it, but controlled by Adebayo. His 12th rebound of Game 6. Bam into the front court. He'll call for time with 5:06 to go, protecting a 2-point lead. 104-102 Miami. Mark Kestisher, Doris Burke, PJ Carlissimo here at Disney in a game I think, PJ, you kind of joked off air about a half hour ago. Let's put 2 minutes on the clock and see what happens. These guys are going down to the wire.
I'll tell you what, I hope it's not free throws that decide it, but Marcus Smart did a really good job penetrating in there and kicked it out. It was the appropriate three-point shot. But, Doris, I'm looking at the stats, and I'm a little surprised. If you told me before the game one of these teams would have 38 three-point attempts and one would have 25 with 5 minutes left, I would have thought it had been the opposite way. But it's Boston that's taken 38 threes. They're shooting 37%. There's nothing wrong with that. But Miami's 11 for 25. That's 44%.
Yeah, it's a great point, Coach. And one of the things I'm thinking about as we march down here is something you've hammered home all series is, okay, late game, late quarter execution. So Boston is in that position. It's the little details that help you. So Duncan Robinson was on the weak side of that zone and weak side rebounding positioning. He did not get the ball, but he was willing to engage body to body, and he creates a tip situation that allows his teammate to go get the ball. It's going to be a lot of little things that decide this final 5:06.
There just is not that much to choose between these two. I just hope it's a made shot, a made free throw, something good happened, not an official's call or not somebody missing something, somebody doing something positive.
5:06 on the clock. Miami to inbound, 104-102. Heat lead the Celtics as the inbound comes to Tyler Hero. He'll drop it for Adebayo, who's got a 30-point double-double. Pass being ridden by Kemba Walker, fouls him. Undercut. He pulled off the floor here, and Walker, that's going to...
Boy, how about Eric Spoelstra? Okay, so you enter the ball to the elbow. You find the matchup of Iguodala, who's got Kemba on him, and you're like, okay, this is going to be an easy completion. I'm surprised Iggy didn't try to throw it at the rim.
That's only the fourth team foul side in for Miami.
Yeah, 3 team fouls for the Heat. Both teams have their challenge.
5 minutes to go. Inbound to Adebayo. He's out on the three-point arc. Passes it to Duncan Robinson, who hits a 3 from the right wing. Clutch 3 from Robinson, his 4th triple of Game 6.
Well, he faked when he first got it, and he didn't have a look. Look at his pass over the top.
Tried to get it to Jaylen Brown. It was tipped by the Heat defense.
Duncan
Saw it coming.
Robinson again.
Here's Tyler Hero down the lane. Lefty layup is good as he hits the deck. Miami 109, Boston 102. Timeout on the floor. How about Robinson and Hero the last couple of possessions for Miami?
I'll tell you what, Duncan Robinson prohibited the lob dunk by Jaylen Brown by just competing again, and then makes a 3, and the 2 young guns doing work, Kesty.
Our instant analysis brought to you by Farmers Insurance. Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks, from discounts and benefits to added coverages. Call 1-800-FARMERS to learn more about policy perks and Farmers Insurance and get a quote today.
I'll tell you what, Doris described it perfectly. It was a heck of a defensive play by Duncan Robinson, but it was a bad turnover by Jason Tatum. That's an ill-advised pass. That's an all-or-nothing play. You can't afford an all-or-nothing play when you're in an elimination game and less than 5 minutes left, and Tyler Hero made him pay on the other end.
This is how the Miami Heat have done it this year, right? We've seen it in the playoffs, too. They haven't been big double-digit bruising victories. The scoring totals on both sides have been very similar. It's the execution down the stretch in the games they win, and right now 2 big ones.
In this series, they're being outshot from 3, outshot from the free throw line, outscored by points per game in the series, and yet positioned to go to an NBA Finals here with a 7-point edge, 4:30 to play.
Biggest win of the series for Miami of their 3 was a 5-point win in Game 2 of the series. Right here, it's a 7-point lead. But as we know, one team starts to pull away, the other one comes back. Boston's turn with 4.5 minutes to go in Game 6, down to their last loss of the season.
Well, Brad's gotten back to the small lineup. Pick the rookie out. Gordon Hayward's back in.
They go to Hayward on the right. They work it around to Tatum. Tatum jump pass tip, but it's ended up in the hands of Brown. Brown in the short corner. Up top, Tatum. 13 to shoot. Finds Walker for 3 on the left. No good. Bam Adebayo with his 12th rebound.
And I think we're going to see Bam Adebayo at this end also.
4:07 and counting to go in the 4th quarter. Hero and Iguodala passing between themselves. Tatum, and the pass is tipped by Brown, but controlled by Iguodala. On the drive, leaves it for Butler. Blocking foul before Butler put it in against Boston.
Wow, Mark Davis came out strongly with the block signal.
On Marcus Smart, who ended up on the deck, his third personal. Wow. He was trying to take the charge from Iguodala.
He took the charge from Iguodala.
He was outside the restricted area and everything. Wow.
3 humongous bad whistles.
Wow.
The last 2 fouls for Tyson and that call.
His feet were locked in. He did not move an inch, and he was outside the restricted area.
Andre Iguodala at the line hits the first of 2.
Sorry, Kessie. So how about the zone? Boston was so effective against the zone in the first half, including 7 for 9 threes. Guess what? In the second half, they're 4 for 19. And keep in mind, down the stretch, plus 23 in the clutch in this series by Miami. Will they build on that here?
Iguodala missed the second free throw, 7 straight for the Heat. Boston with it, down 8. Into the right corner, Tatum waits for traffic to clear, launches a 3, it's a miss. Adebayo beating Brown to the rebound. 13 boards to go with 30 points for Bam Adebayo.
And the reason they've been clutch is Tyler Hero goes to the rim and
off the glass and in for Hero.
One team is saying, I'm going to go take this. I'm not going to wait for you to try to beat me. I'm going to keep playing.
9 straight Miami points, 3:20 to go. Smart for 3, rims out, no good. Guess who? Bam Adebayo, rebound number 14.
And three-point attempt number 41 for Boston.
10-point Heat lead. Butler driving, foul. Ooh, Marcus Smart took another hard hit and went careening into the stanchion. And now is on all fours, I think trying to catch his breath here. He got hit hard.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're not bad looks, but they've fallen in love with the 3, and it's really hurt them. And you talked about those clutch points, Doris. The reason for the clutch points, 2 people have done all that scoring in the earlier games. Jimmy Butler and Goran Dragic. Guess what? Goran Dragic is not even on the floor. You got Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero, the 2 young guys on the floor.
I do think, PJ, it feels like in the last 2 possessions that they've tried to hit home runs with the 3.
No question.
Like, there's so much time here.
Yep.
Relax.
Yep. Marcus Smart, they got a towel for him.
Yeah, which...
It's a technical foul on Jimmy Butler was called in between while we were waiting for Marcus Smart to get up. Jason Tatum shot the technical free throw and missed. But Marcus was called for the foul on the Jimmy Butler, who also got a piece of the head of Marcus Smart.
Jimmy Butler's hand flailed out after he shot the ball, and it accidentally hit Marcus Smart right in the face. That was before he hit the stanchion. I thought it was the stanchion that did the damage. It was Jimmy Butler's left hand.
And at the free throw line to the left, Butler hits the first of 2. Marcus wondering why they're not taking a look at the replay.
Yeah, he's got a good point.
And Kane Fitzgerald explaining to him why he's not.
Well, whatever the explanation is, it's wrong. He was hit in the face.
Butler 2 free throws. Miami's lead grows to 114-102. 3:07 to go. 11 straight Miami points. Another 3-point miss for Boston. Smart the offensive rebound. Tried to get a shot up. Miami's defense. Great contest.
No pass. 3 straight threes. Like everybody's trying to do it themselves individually for Boston right now.
Bam Adebayo holding on the right side against Gordon Hayward. They clear it out. Dribbles into a double team. Lost it on the deck. Gets it back. Shovels to Butler, who puts it in. 13 straight Miami Heat points. 2.5 minutes to go, leading 116-102.
Jason Tatum's on the weak side. He's got to pick up that cutter.
Turnover, Boston on the other end. Butler to Hero. Underneath to Butler. Puts it up. Did he travel? Tied possession is the call from Mark Davis. It was 3-on-1 at the other end for Miami. And they could not convert with 2:25 to go as the Boston Celtics have gone cold here in the late stretches of game number 6.
Well, at the 9-minute mark, they were 10 for 24 from the three-point line. Since then, they've gone 4 for 18. 4 for their last 18 threes in the fourth quarter, Kesty.
2:25 left. Jump at the free throw line. 2 are left. 1 by the Celtics, who trail by 14. Here's Jaylen Brown straight down the lane. Whistle as he missed the free throw. And a blocking foul against Miami. With 2:19 left, he'll get Brown to the line.
I don't know why Bam didn't just hold his ground. You know, he was positioned well to absorb it and take it in the chest. He just kept retreating.
4 for 18 from the three-point line in the mark. And 7 in a row.
Jaylen Brown hits a free throw to end the 11-point run. 116-103 leads. Brown well, down 12, 2:19 to go. 6.
Believe it or not, they don't have just need to get stops and be a lot more efficient on than they've been.
Butler bouncing on top to Iguodala. Hold for a moment. Back to Butler. Gets it to Adebayo near the high post. Outside Robinson. 3 is good. Miami trying to put the finish in Boston in the fourth quarter. They lead by 15. 1 more here. Drives, finger rolls it in. 119-106 Miami. The Miami Heat haven't been to the NBA Finals since 2014. They have a 13-point lead with 1:40 left. Adebayo down on the baseline right. Drives into the post to the shoots. Tapped out by to Gordon court. Here's Hayward to Brown. Steps into no good. Long rebound. Hero's got it. He was fouled. Bumped by Marcus Smart. Trying to come up with that carom. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed. Mark Estisher, Doris Burke, PJ Carlosimo, our entire ESPN Radio crew. 1:23 to go, Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And PJ, the Heat with a 13-point lead. Make it 14 here as Hero hits the first.
Well, Doris talked about it earlier. This has been a problem for Boston, finishing quarters, making the correct plays down the stretch. And I can't help, we're sitting opposite the Miami bench. Yet Jay Crowder and Goran Dragic leading the cheers from the Miami bench. They usually finish at clutch time. Eric Spoelstra, though, went with his young guys, Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero, and a veteran, Andre Iguodala. So it's a different finishing group, and it's really done an exceptional job.
Hero hit the free throw, an 18-4 run. Jaylen Brown hitting. Gordon Hayward who lays it in with 1:13 to go in Game 6, 121-108. Full court pressure by the Celtics on the inbound to Hero. In the backcourt, a pass to Butler, met by Brown. Now they get it across the timeline to Iguodala, and with 1:05 to go, they can take some time off here with 14 to shoot. Hero's got it. Pass, tipped by Smart, a steal. Down 13. Here's Tatum on the right. Three-pointer on its way. No good. Offensive board. Smart taps it to Hayward, who puts it in, and the lead is down to 11. But do they have enough time with 49 seconds to go in the fourth quarter? And now the foul game for Boston as Butler is fouled. Over the limit are the Celtics. Butler will walk to the free throw line with 47.5 on the clock in Game 6.
Miami Heat shoot 82% from the free throw line in the playoffs. That's the second best in the playoffs.
Jimmy Butler, 20 points here in Game 6. 4 for 5 at the line. First free throw is good. Bam Adebayo, by the way, with the 30 points and 14 rebounds. The first Heat player with at least 30 and 10 in a playoff game since LeBron James, the last time they were in the finals, Miami, back in 2014. Free throw number 2 goes as well for Butler. 123-110, and the contingent of Heat led by Pat Riley cheering about 20 feet to our left.
I thought you were going to say Alonzo Mourning, too, with that 30 and 10.
Kemba Walker with a three-pointer with 39 seconds to go. Miami's lead is 10. Hero down floor, reverse jam. Bam Adebayo with a 32-point, 14-rebound Game 6. Half a minute to go. The Miami Heat closing in on a return to the finals. Shot by Tatum, no good. Marcus Smart, stick back from 10 won't go. Ball caroms out of bounds, and Mark Davis said it was last touched by Boston.
In the critical minutes, Miami did an excellent job running Boston off the three-point line, not letting them get those home run threes to try to get a miracle comeback here.
26.2 on the clock. Timeout called by Brad Stevens with the Miami Heat leading 125-113. What a fourth quarter for the Miami Heat.
Unbelievable execution down the stretch. A couple of timely threes, but most of it was Bam Adebayo or Jimmy Butler going inside. Really good shot selection and offensive execution by the Miami Heat.
And doing it, PJ, with Duncan Robinson, who goes from a Division III to the University of Michigan undrafted to now a big shot maker, and Tyler Hero, who had the 37 crucial points to lead him to a win. Just incredible play from two young guys. We expect it from Butler. Adebayo is becoming an all-star, and he'll be consistent with that. But just the fact that their closing lineup, Kesty, has two young guns.
And a career high for Bam Adebayo tonight with 32 points, 26 seconds away from a return to the NBA Finals against the man who led Miami to 2 championships less than a decade ago, LeBron James, now with the Los Angeles Lakers, who advanced last night in 5 games over Denver.
Well, Bam Adebayo, you know, it was great that he stood up and said, hey, it was my fault. It was not his fault. It was a team loss and they got beat. But talk about stepping up and doing something about what he felt was his fault.
Gordon Hayward will get it in for Boston, down 12 into Tatum. Kemba Walker will launch a 3, no good. Contested rebound. Heat come away with it. Duncan Robinson hassled. He's got the ball. Jaylen Brown tapped it out of his hands, out of bounds. Miami will have it with 14.1 seconds to go. The Miami Heat did not make the postseason 2015, 2017 last year. First round exit 2 seasons ago. Second round exit 4 years ago. And with 8 seconds and counting to go, the Miami Heat are going to be Eastern Conference champions for the first time since 2014. The buzzer sounds. The Heat, the 5 seed in the East, going to the NBA Finals, knocking out Boston in 6 games. The Heat and the Lakers will open up the NBA Finals Wednesday night from Disney.
See all the players shaking hands or hugging each other right there. I really thought this could go 7, not just when they fell behind, but the way this started. These two teams play so hard. They're both normally so good defensively. They've got a nice blend. Miami, a nice blend of the veterans and the young guys. Gordon Hayward coming back, I thought was really good. It didn't work out well for Boston tonight, but Miami was the better team throughout the series.
And it's incredible to think that they were outshot in every category, and actually in points per game were outscored by average. But Kesty, there was this incredible toughness when the game was hanging in the balance, and it's like the collection of the parts is what makes this team special. Look at all the double-digit scores: 19 from Hero, 13 from Dragic, 15 from Robinson. Andre Iguodala plays 28 minutes. This is exactly the moments you sign Andre Iguodala for. 6th straight finals. He joins an elite group of players. Congratulations to Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, their staffs, and the Miami Heat, because this was an incredible run in a tough environment.
It was, and they have the Eastern Conference trophy at center court right now. The Heat are getting their NBA Finals Eastern Conference T-shirts and hats on. An 18-4 critical run in the fourth quarter deciding this one.
Yeah, I mean, there was no, and again, they were efficient. They got the ball inside. They finished. And just to piggyback what Doris said, Andre Iguodala was 5 for 5 from the field, 4 for 4 from 3. The only thing he did wrong, he missed a free throw.
Right.
Other than that, he played the way we've come to expect Andre Iguodala to play. The only difference is it's not May and June, it's August and September.
That's right.
All right, well, I don't know if he has a shot, but who is tonight's more driven player of the game?
I think it has to be Bam.
Yeah, no question about it. He put them there in the first half. We thought at halftime it had to be more Bam in the second half, and it was certainly that. It was a ton of Bam.
Our player of the game brought to you by Goodyear, helping you discover the road ahead. Goodyear, more getting some of dejected Celtics headed back toward the locker room. Jason Tatum. The Celtics had the third best record in the Eastern Conference this year, but this is now 3 Eastern Conference finals in 4 years, all coming up short. Younger team 4 years ago, they felt they had a really good chance, but they just ran into a buzzsaw of a Miami Heat team.
Well, and they just didn't finish in the fourth quarter, which has been a problem for them. Miami shoots 67% in the fourth quarter. Boston Celtics shoot 37%. And Boston was 2 for 14 from the three-point line in the fourth quarter. 2 for 14.
And I just thought they tried to take too many home run threes. There was a point at which, Kesty, they were down 8 with plenty of time on the clock. And they decided to play hero ball and try to hit home runs with 3 after 3. They just needed to relax. Get the defense moving. There was so much time when they overreacted to what the situation was.
Miami was 3 for 3. They took 3 threes in the fourth quarter, made all of them. Boston Celtics were 2 for 14.
Well, Eric Spoelstra joins some pretty good company. Greg Popovich, Steve Kerr, the only active coaches with 5 or more trips to the NBA Finals. Remember, they went 4 years in a row with the James, Wade, Bosch Heat, splitting those 4. And then we detailed the 6 years kind of out in the wilderness. And after Dwayne Wade retires, some great drafting, some great trades, bringing Crowder, Iguodala, and then, of course, Dragic out there as well. Miami Heat have found themselves back in the NBA Finals.
You know what I love about it, PJ? Dragic and players who are normally on the floor to close the game, right? They never overreacted. They were the ones leading the charge, Jay Crowder and Goran Dragic. You love the unselfishness. There's a vibe about this team and the chemistry that maybe you can't define it, Kesty, but it absolutely plays a part.
I love the guts of Eric Spoelstra to go away from his normal closing group because he felt these other guys were playing better. And he kept Bam on the bench for one stretch. And
I think it was twice, right?
He's dominating the game. Yeah. I'm going, how long is he going to wait? Well, guess what? The guys on the floor were doing very well without him.
Yeah, I think there was once in the first half. Remember, he was out. They built a little bit of a lead. Did it again in the second half. We're going to have 48, 72 hours to figure out the matchup against the Lakers, which should be a lot of fun. But the Lakers won twice against Miami in the home and away back in November and December, which was a lifetime ago for both teams, especially Miami. Should be a lot of fun when the Lakers and Heat match up on Wednesday night.
Andy Ellisberg, they're all celebrating over Pat Riley, the owner, Mickey Arison. They deserve it. They did a great job putting this team together. They made an excellent addition in the middle of the year. They bring over Andre Iguodala, Jay Crowder, and Solomon Hill.
And the other thing is you draft late in the lottery and you do a good job with it. 13 and 14, Bam and Tyler Hero, both huge parts of this.
Well, the Miami Heat are holding their Eastern Conference Championship trophy. Eric Spoelstra, well, I'd say he is addressing the crowd. There's family members that have made the trip here and addressing to the box to our right. Pat Riley, Alonzo Mourning, you mentioned Andy Ellisberg.
Andy Ellisberg.
Yep, all here. So the Miami Heat, the champions of the East as a 5 seed, the lowest seed to reach the final.
With nobody watching, just toss that ball up. And I love the fact that this group is so pure and they enjoy each other's success. It's a special group.
This is, of course, the organization's first trip back to the finals since 2014. You had a player then by the name of LeBron James. You will now be facing him in the NBA. What is that going to be like?
I mean, that's a great storyline, right? Can you let us enjoy this for a little bit right now? This is hard to do. It's hard at this point. And I want our guys to recognize that, acknowledge it, enjoy it, or at least tonight, and then we'll get on to that tomorrow.
We'll give you that tonight. The finals till Wednesday. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thanks,
Let's
Rachel.
get Jimmy Butler up here. Jimmy, you told me before the playoffs started, you said, this team can win an NBA championship this year. Well, you're almost there. You made it to the NBA Finals. Are you still just that confident?
Very much so. I think Coach Pat and everybody else in the organization did a great job of putting this group together. We've been together. We've been in each other's corner all year long, and it doesn't stop here. We got 4 more to go.
What a journey for you personally, not really recruited out of high school, junior college kid, and then, of course, to Marquette. Last pick in the first round when you were drafted. Success with the Bulls, but they did not choose to hang on to you. And I'm not even going to get into what happened in Minnesota, Jimmy, but you found your family, your basketball family here with the Heat. Considering where you started, what does it mean for you to reach an NBA Finals?
It means everything. This is why we all play, to win it. We've talked about it all year long. We stayed confident through injuries, the ups and downs. We always stayed together. We will continue to play together. We'll do this as a team. Like I said, 4 more to go, but if a group can do it, we could do it.
Confident as always. Thank you, Jimmy Butler. Let's bring Bam Adebayo up here. You already got the hardware. Bam, you said that this team's Game 5 loss was your fault. You said that you played, quote, terrible. What did you want to come out here tonight and do to make up for that?
Man, I just had to get locked in. You know, I couldn't let my teammates down like I did in the game before. So, you know, I just went out there and just tried to execute, make plays, and I did that tonight.
You are the product of a mother who did everything for you, worked multiple jobs, didn't have a car, so she was jobs. You still keep a picture of the single-wide trailer that you grew up in with you. And your mom said she would come down here to Orlando if you made it to the NBA